Good morning students, this is Joy Varghese from Uncovering Chemistry. Today in video 6 we are going to see the rules, that is of assigning or writing oxidation number. Till now we have discussed in the previous video till rule number 4. Today we are going to discuss rule number 5 and 6, what we say. Now when we talk about rule number 5, it is all about halogens, what we say. That is we can write here, that is the oxidation number of fluorine. The oxidation number of fluorine in all the compounds, in all will not write, in most compounds is -1. I think most will not write, in all of its will write, because it will not change. Fluorine will not change its oxidation number. In all its compound is -1. Understood? But the remaining halogens, the remaining halogens which are left out after fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine will have oxidation, can have negative as well as positive oxidation number. Understood? Now what is the reason why I am telling you like this? Because if you see, when the compound is this chlorine is forming a compound with fluorine, suppose, or with oxo acids, that is what is given in your textbook. You can see rule number 5. Okay, now what is given, that other halogen like chlorine, bromine possess an oxidation number of -1 when they occur as halide ions in their compounds. Now they have their -1, that is chlorine, bromine and iodine. Clear? They have oxidation number -1 in the compound. Suppose when I write HCl, the chlorine will have -1, hydrogen will have +1. When I write HBr like this, so it will be what? +1, -1. When I write KBr, it will be -1, it will be +1. Clear? But when their oxidation number will be +1. Now +1 when it is, that is in oxo acid. What is the word? Oxo acids. That is chlorine, bromine and iodine. Okay, they will have oxidation number +1 in oxo acid and oxo anion compounds. Oxo anion. Now oxo acid when I write, so one simple oxo acid what we write is HOCl, hypochlorous acid what we call, right? Now in this case oxygen is more electronegative, so it will have -2, hydrogen will have +1 and chlorine also will have +1, what we call it as oxidation number, when it is in form of an oxo acid or oxo anion. Now that is the part what is given in your book. Now they have given one more, I think, example, that is positive oxidation number. So they have given one example in your textbook. I think in your textbook they have not given an example, but I think we can take this as an example. This one as example, and this one also you can write it down as an example. Okay, so oxidation number of fluorine, what we say, in all its compound is -1, but the chlorine, bromine, remaining halogens, that is this all can have negative as well as positive. So this one is for negative and this one is for positive, and for that example is there. This is what? This is oxo acid of chlorine, what I said. Like that, oxo acid of iodine are also there, and oxo acids of what we call it as bromine is also there. Okay, so that you will study in higher classes, that is in 12th standard. Okay, now the next one rule what is given, that is the algebraic sum. What is the rule number 6? The algebraic sum of what we call it as. Now what is the word here in your textbook? It is given there, you can read the algebraic sum of the oxidation number of all the atoms, sum of oxidation number of all the atoms in a compound is 0. Clear? The algebraic sum of all the compounds is what we call it as, in a compound is 0 or must be 0. That you have to must be 0, so that you can check it. Now suppose if one now simple example if I give here, suppose I think you can watch. Clear? So if water, if I write here, right, oxygen we know -2 and hydrogen +2, but +1, sorry. Here 2 atoms of hydrogen there, so into 2 if I do, what is the algebraic sum of H2O? Will be +2 and -2. So +2 and -2 total will be 0. So algebraic sum of a compound is 0. This is what I am talking about, a compound. But in a polyatomic ion, suppose it is different. Okay, so this part I think it is clear, algebraic sum. Now suppose any you take, suppose if you take another example of NaCl, Na +1 and chlorine -1, what is +1 and -1? It is equal to 0, means algebraic sum is 0, what we call. Understood this part? So this is a simple example. Any you take, it is not only this I am talking about. Cl2 if you take like this, Ca is +2 and chlorine 2 into chlorine -1 it is, so +2 and -2, algebraic sum is 0. Understood? So algebraic sum of all the atoms in a compound must be 0. If not, you have to see that if you can counter check it also. If you keep any other and if you try, if not coming 0, then obviously there is some mistake in assigning oxidation number. Okay, now same thing for polyatomic ion, means a continuation of 6th rule. I'll drop down this, what you call it as rule number 5. This you can write down in your fair book. Okay, I'll drop this rule number 5 and we will write for polyatomic ion. Which ion? Polyatomic ion. Just a minute. Okay, now continuation of this for algebraic sum, or you can will take rule number 7. In polyatomic ion, this is very important one. In polyatomic ion, the algebraic, okay, algebra I think you must have heard about, no? So the algebraic sum, what we call it as, in polyatomic ion, the algebraic, E-R-A-I-C, algebraic sum of oxidation number is equal to the charge on the ion. Okay, in polyatomic ion, the algebraic sum is equal to the charge on the ion. Okay, now this one in your textbook I think they have given an example of, yes, CO3 2-. What they have given example of? Carbonate ion, CO3 2-. This is the charge of polyatomic ion. What is this? This is polyatomic ion. Understood? CO3-. So in this case, if you see here, carbon, if you don't know, then what we can do? So the oxygen, you know, no? -2 into 3 you can do. Okay, and here, okay, carbon it is +4. I think you must have heard about tetravalency. So if you see the algebraic sum, it will be equal to +4 and -6. So what will be algebraic sum will be equal to CO3 +4 -6. So it is -2. Okay, so algebraic sum in a polyatomic ion is equal to the charge of the ion, what we say. Understood? So this is one simple example. Another one if you want on polyatomic ion, OH- if you have heard about. Okay, this is also polyatomic ion. Okay, okay. So in this case, otherwise one more example we'll take. PO4 3-. Okay, PO4 3-. Okay, So now in this case PO4 3 minus, when we say I'll write like this, PO4 oxygen is minus 2 into 4, that is plus 8, and phosphorus will be plus 5, what we say. Understood? So if you write here PO4, what we write here, algebraic sum I'll directly write, that is plus 4 and minus 8, which is equal to minus 3. Therefore algebraic sum of polyatomic ion is equal to the charge on the ion, what we call. Understood? So this was all about what we call it as algebraic sum, what we saw of simple or neutral compound, and also we talk about polyatomic compound. Then we saw about I think oxidation number of fluorine and all. Okay, so total till 7 what we saw the rule. Now we will discuss about the remaining other rules in our next videos also. Okay, so here we are most probably coming to an end of the oxidation number, that is how to assign oxidation number. Then we will see certain examples, so that part will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so in next video we will be seeing the remaining part, or some exceptionals are there in oxidation number, that we will continue. Okay, till then, thank you very much.